Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we are going to learn about the 11th year of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's migration from Mecca to Medina. In simple words, the 11th year of Hijrah. By the 11th Hijrah, faith prevailed all over Arabia. Faith means Iman, or the message of Allah Almighty, prevailed all over Arabia, and peace was established throughout the peninsula. You better know about Peninsula, Arabian Peninsula. You have obviously you would have read about it in your geography. So peace was established, means the enemies of Islam were no more stronger, no more able to have any conspiracy or to attack Muslims in Arabia. In the month of Safar, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became ill. On the 29th Safar, he became ill. Please note the date, 29th Safar. He became ill, and on the 5th day of his illness, he shifted to the apartment of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha. This apartment was very much adjacent to Masjid al-Nabawi, the mosque of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, my dear students, that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had other wives too, and with the consultation with all wives, it was decided that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would pass his days of illness in the room of Sayyida Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha. Why? Because Sayyida Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha's room was adjacent to the Masjid al-Nabawi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was easy for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to keep in contact with his companions whenever he required. From that room, it was, you may say, to some extent easy. After an illness of 13 days, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam breathed his last on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal 11 AH, the Monday. Note it down. Monday, the 12th of Rabiul Awwal 11th AH was the day when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, left this world. His age at the time of his death was 63 years. He was buried in the apartment of Aisha radhiyallahu anha, the same room where he passed his last days, his days of illness. So I'm repeating some of the details. Please listen to it carefully. Dear students, after his return to Medina, after his return from Mecca to Medina, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam continually spoke about paradise. One night, not long after he had ordered preparations for the Syrian campaign, and before the army had left, he felt an intense calling to go to the graveyard. Going to Jannatul Baqi, he prayed for forgiveness for the people buried there. Jannatul Baqi is the graveyard, Qabristan you may say in Urdu. Jannatul Baqi, he visited Jannatul Baqi and prayed for the forgiveness for the people buried there. It was soon afterwards, at dawn of the same day or the next day, that he had a headache such as he had never experienced before. Despite it, he led the prayers and, mounting the pulpit, invoked blessings on the martyrs of Uhud. Means he prayed for the people who sacrificed their lives in the battle of Uhud. Then he said, "There is a slave amongst the slaves of Allah unto whom Allah has offered the choice between this world and that which is with him, and the slave has chosen that which is with Allah." This was a very much clear and manifest message. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu wept because he knew that the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was speaking of himself and his imminent death. As his health deteriorated, he, with the consent of his other wives, moved to the abode of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha, the closest to the mosque. This abode, this apartment or this room, you may say, this room was closest to the mosque of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu to lead the prayers. He was so ill, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was so ill that he could not continue leading the congregation prayers of the companions. Means he could not continue to be imam of prayers, in the prayers you may say, and he appointed Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu to lead the congregation prayers, means to serve as imam in the congregation prayers in the absence of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the last day of his life, he came to the mosque and prayed sitting beside Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu, and then returned to Hazrat Aisha's apartment again. Shortly afterwards, while praying in a whisper, he passed away. He breathed his last on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, Monday, the 11th AH. The 11th AH. So I hope you have learnt about it clearly, and you have noted the dates and this important information. So once again, I would like to tell you some of the important points. 29th of Safar, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam suffered from illness. Then he shifted, after a few days, he shifted to the abode of Sayyidah Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha, one of his wives, with the consultation of all wives. And the reason was, this room was the closest, or you may say the adjacent to the Masjid al-Nabawi, the mosque of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he appointed Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu as imam in the congregational prayers in the absence of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And students, this must be noted that when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu to lead the congregational prayers in his absence, it was a big sign and a signal, you may say, a big sign, and the companions considered it a big sign. This was the reason when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ passed away, the companions elected Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu as the Caliph, the first Caliph of Islam. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ passed away on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, 11th AH, it was Monday, and he was buried at the same place, means in the room of Sayyidah Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha. It was 8th June 632 AD. 8th June 632 AD. 8th June 632 AD, and 12th Rabiul Awwal 11th AH, the Monday. And now I think it's over for today's lecture. And dear students, I must remind you to subscribe the channel and press the like button if you liked the lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.